Hi, my name is Shannon Wydra. My presentation today is to demonstrate how to make a point using PowerPoint 2007. What I'd like to show you is how you can take your PowerPoint presentations where you have a plain bulleted list and make things a little bit more exciting, not only for yourself but also for your audience. And in changing some of these bulleted list items into something that we call smart art, you can actually take text and make it look more like a graphical object. We know that most of us are visual learners, so being able to see something helps us to remember. Perhaps seeing something more in a form of a picture than just words will help your audience to remember your future points as well. As we begin, the topics that I mentioned in learning some of our PowerPoint features are going to be to convert to smart art. Once we've taken some text and converted it to smart art, I want to show you how you can customize that smart art just a bit to fit the purposes of your presentation. Then finally, I want to show you how to animate that smart art. Make it appear or move around on the screen so that it helps you to get your point across, maybe as you have the different smart art objects appear on the slide. Our first step is to convert something to smart art. I've included the next few slides that have the detailed instructions on how to do each of the things that I'm going to explain in the demonstration a bit later. First, in converting something to smart art, you want to select the text. Then on the Home tab, you're going to go to the Paragraph section and choose the Convert to Smart Art button. Finally, you're going to choose the Smart Art graphic option that you would like your text to be converted into. At that point, your text will convert as you have specified. Then you can take, and with that smart art object selected, you can go to the Design tab for your smart art, and you can choose to change different colors or different layouts or different styles. Once you've made the choice that you want, you can see how those changes are going to affect the way that your smart art looks. And finally, animating the smart art, making it do things to appear on our page. You select the smart art. You can see that when you want to change smart art or animate smart art, we have to select it. Once it's selected, you then can click on the Animations tab. The Animations tab is where you'll go when you want to animate anything inside of PowerPoint. With that smart art still selected, under the Animations group, you're going to click Custom Animation. The animation task pane will show up on the right side of our screen. At that point, we can choose the type of animation that we want to assign to the smart art. Once we make that choice, we then right-click on that animated object, and we're able to go in and choose how we want to adjust the effect options. That then allows us to go directly to that Smart Art Animation tab so that we can choose how the animation feature applies. Does it allow things to come in one by one, all at once? Depending on our particular presentation and the information that's on the slide, we'll know based on those choices. So I'm going to escape out of this presentation, and then I'm going to go to my Topics page. I'm then clicking on my Home tab so that I can go through the steps of showing you how to convert to smart art. First, I'm going to come in and I'm going to select the text. Now, once that text is selected, I'm going to go to the Paragraph group. I'm then going to click on Convert to Smart Art. When I click on Convert to Smart Art, as you can see, there are a lot of different options that I can choose from. I could also choose more smart art graphics and choose from a variety of options that are not currently listed. When I click on one of those options, I then see that the smart art has applied. Sometimes you may notice that you get an extra space. That's where this text box comes in. You can add additional text, or in this case, I could choose to click and backspace to get rid of that extra text item. Now, I'm going to click on the X to close so that I'm dealing with just the smart art. Once I convert the item, I may want to change the layout based on this particular type of smart art I've chosen, change the color, or perhaps even change the style. Here you can see that I can go into the layouts, and I can expand and choose the type of layout that'll help me to best represent my data. You'll see that you can choose a variety of different options, and as you hover over them, you can see how that's going to affect your choice. You could then choose to change your colors, and as you select different colors from the drop-down, that can be helpful in seeing that preview so that you can choose just the right one for your audience. Once you click and make a choice, you then can choose the drop-down arrow and choose the smart art style that is going to work best for you as well. You click on that, and there you have it, your smart art. We took a plain bulleted list and made it into something that was a little bit more special. The next thing that we can do when we select that smart art is go in and animate it. So as you saw, I selected the smart art. The next step is to click on the Animations tab. Once I click on the Animations tab, I need to go to the Animations group. I'm going to click on Custom Animation. Once I click on Custom Animation, remember this Custom Animation tab shows up to the right side. I'm then going to choose to add an effect. I'm going to add in the Appear effect. So what that does is it puts that effect on the entire graphic. What I now want to do is to go in and I'm going to right-click and choose Effect Options. When I choose Effect Options in that Smart Art graphic, I get the Smart Art animation. That allows me to choose the way that I would like to have this information be animated on the slide. I'm going to choose to have each item come in one by one. Once I click OK, I can see how that's going to appear in a full screen view by simply coming over to the Custom Animation, and at the bottom of there I can choose the Slideshow button. That takes us into our slideshow. Now let's see how those topics are represented. Learning about PowerPoint features, converting to smart art, customizing smart art, and animating smart art. Do you see how just by going in and making a very quick change, so it's easy for me to type things in the bulleted list and come back and make these quick changes later. I encourage you to take time in experimenting with some of these features. You never know how it might help your audience to remember your point in PowerPoint.